Okay, welcome back. In the next couple of videos, we're going to be creating a pickup widget, which is basically a pop-up window that will show information on the screen in our game. Now, this little widget is going to display information about the particular item that it's hovering over. Now, to create this widget, we're going to use UMG, which is the Unreal Motion Graphics editor, and this is used to create a widget blueprint. Once we create a widget blueprint, then we can add it to an actor and display the widget above the item in the world. So items like a gun, for example, will have this window pop up just above the gun to display information, such as which key you can press to pick up the gun. We're going to have an item icon to show information like the type of ammo a particular weapon takes. We'll have an item count to show the amount of something, like for a gun, how much ammo is in the gun. And we'll also display a way to show the item's rarity. For example, items that are more rare will have more stars. And we can also change the color of the widget to reflect the rarity as well. So let's take a look at some of the different tools in the UMG that we're going to use to make this widget. The first is the canvas panel. Now the canvas panel allows widgets to be laid out arbitrarily on some area. Let's say that we have a widget shaped like a rectangle and we place a canvas panel in the widget. Now the canvas panel is invisible, you can't see anything, but with a canvas panel in place, we can then add items on top of the canvas panel and we can place them in that canvas panel anywhere that we want. They can also be anchored. Now, when you anchor something on a canvas panel, you essentially choose a location on the canvas panel to anchor it to. For example, in this diagram, we're anchoring this gun icon to the upper left of the canvas panel, which means distance is measured from the anchor, which is the top left. So the icon's local coordinates are based on the distance from that anchor. This means if we scale the canvas panel out, our item will still remain the same distance from that anchor. It's anchored to that location. Now, if we anchored this icon to the top right, well, now its location is going to remain constant based on its distance from the top right corner instead of the top left. Now let's talk about the overlay tool. An overlay allows UI elements to stack on top of each other. Let's say we have a widget and we have an image representing the background for an icon. Now, if we want to put an extra icon on top of it, such as a weapon, we would need an overlay so that we can stack that new image on top of the other one, like we have here in this image. So we'll be using the overlay in our widget as well. We also have horizontal and vertical boxes, and these allow us to arrange items in a widget. Say we have this rectangle that represents our widget, and we'd like multiple items in that widget, arranged from left to right. The horizontal box does just that. We add the horizontal box to our widget, and like the canvas panel, it's invisible. There is no visual element to it. But the horizontal box allows us to add items into the box horizontally from left to right. So we can have multiple icons, and they'll be arranged like in this image. Now, if we have a rectangular widget like this, and we'd like to arrange items from top to bottom, we can add a vertical box. A vertical box lets us arrange items in the widget, so if we wanted weapon icons going from the top to the bottom, we would use a vertical box. Now we can place boxes inside of other boxes. Say we have a large box like this, and we would like to arrange items differently in the left and right halves. Well, we can place a left box and a right box, and then we could arrange items differently in the left box, say left to right, from items in the right box, which we could arrange from top to bottom. Next, we have images and text. These are straightforward. Let's say we have a widget with two boxes. We can add images and text into the widget by simply dragging them in. Text can be placed into specific areas as well as images. Now let's talk about the hierarchy of items in the UMG. The hierarchy allows us to arrange items in our UMG, and the way we do it is we attach items to other items. This works similarly to components in actors, almost like parent-child relationships where when you scale the parent, all the children scale with it. In the hierarchy panel, we can drag and drop items to rearrange them and make them children of other parents, and so on. So now that we know a little bit about some of the tools in the UMG, let's dive into UMG and create our pickup widget so that we can display this pop-up HUD element above items in our world.